Hello once again, Wasteland Rebel here, and I hope this is not too loud, because I had a friend at school complain to me about that today. Alright, now it's time to get along with Five Nights at Pinkie's Chapter 1, Night 1, The Craziness Begins. Alright. Pinkie hummed a happy tune as she walked. She thought back to the past 8 hours. Her happy tune stopped. She remembered how all the animatronics, Toy Freddy, Toy Chica, Toy Bonnie, and even Mangle had repeated in the same creepy voice, "Employees don't get blank." For the toys, blocky, friendly creatures, they said, "Music." For Mangle, a tangled mass of wires, she said, "Fun time." Fun time! Pinkie was outraged and refused to go near Mangle for at least 10 minutes. And she couldn't forget the puppet. Oh no. His was presents. Presents! One of the best things in the restaurants, and she wasn't allowed to have because she was an employee. Pinkie huffed. Her frown was there for a long time before she sighted Freddy Fazbear's. Then her frown turned upside down. A whole night. One whole night. Just with her buddies. She had already forgiven them. Maybe they would play a fun game tonight, like pin the tail on the pony. She could dance with Puppet, play with Mangle, show Baby her ballooning kit, and sing songs with the toys. Yep, there was no doubt about it. Tonight is going to be the best night ever! And nothing will ever ruin it. With that, Pinkie galloped the rest of the way. Pinkie opened the doors and jumped inside. Surprise! But instead of the amazing magic robot doll welcoming him as she had imagined, there was nothing except for her voice echoing throughout the large building. She shivered. This was creepier than expected. Suddenly, Pinkie pricked up. There were noises. Noises a certain pink pony didn't like. Scratching noises, like plastic against flooring. Her Pinkie exacerbated. Wait, left knee twitch, right knee twitch, back legs twitch. That means, run! And that she did all the way to the office, not stopping to look at the toys, though she could feel her eyes on her back. All the way to the office, non-stop. She stopped in the office, gasping for breath, just as the clock struck 12. Pinkie looked at her drink that she had somehow managed to carry in, but didn't actually carry in physically. Whenever this happened, Pinkie didn't question it. Life was one big game to her, and a moment of being scared was nothing to her. She fell on the floor, giggling her head off. That was awesome-tastic! What else is there to do? The phone ringed. Pinkie jumped up and answers it, or at least tries to. The phone keeps ringing, and ringing, and ringing. Pinkie was rapidly losing interest, and then the phone answered itself. Hello? Pinkie Pie. It's Mr. Faz. Hey, Mr. Faz! You would not believe what happened when I got down here. I managed to get a hey smooth without even trying. Don't bother trying to answer, because this is a recording. Oh. Well, I have to read a legal thing. You know I hate those, but this one is really short. So sit down and play with the tablet. Trust me, it is useful. Okay. Pinkie pulled up the tablet. Her eyes grew huge at the magic of it. Squealing, she tapped every single room, over and over and over. She stopped at the prize corner for the music. Okay, here's the legal thing. Welcome to your new summer job at the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. I'm here to talk you through some of the things you can expect to see during your first week here and to help you get started down this new and exciting career path. See? Done. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy, Pinkie chimed. Now, I don't know if you heard anything about the old place, but if you did, I want you to forget everything. Some ponies probably still have a somewhat negative impression of me. Who wouldn't like Mr. Faz, Pinkie wondered. Yeah, the old place was left to rot for a while, but as you know, Pinkie Pie, we are committed to family, fun, and above all, safety. Yeah, I've spent a small fortune on these new animatronics. They have stuff like facial recognition, advanced mobility. We even let them walk around during the day. Isn't that neat? Facial rec on the what's-its? But most importantly, we're all tied into some kind of criminal database, whatever that is. Apparently, they can detect a predator a mile away. We should be paying them to guard you. That's nice. Pinkie was zoning out. Now, that being said, no new system is without its kinks. You're only the second guard to work here. Isn't there a way to turn this off? Pinkie looked around, and finding no button, she decided to push all the buttons at once. When she does that and it didn't work, she just took off her night guard hat and shoved the phone into it. Pinkie never questions her reality. Putting the hat back on, she looked around on the cameras. What she sees makes her stop. Weren't there 3 toys? Pinkie was staring at an empty stage. Looking at the lights on either side of the vents, she sticks a hoof out and presses one of them. Toy Bonnie stares right back. Pinkie squeals and leans down. Hi! I didn't know you could move. Hey! Could you tell me where Toy Chica and Toy Freddy are? Then we could have a party. No, wait! I would have to get BB and Puppet and Mangle and... Bonnie was in shock. This endoskeleton is so... different. The last one will flicker between an empty suit and an endo, but this one... Bonnie could tell this one was Shovel. He decided the best way to get rid of her is to scare her off. He jumps out of the vent, towering over the pink pony. Grog! Pinkie giggled. Pinkie giggled. Are we having a weird noise contest? Let me try. Let me try. She took a huge breath and went, blah, 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 blah. Bonnie paused. Blah, 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 blah. It just won't stop. Blah, 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 blah. Make it stop. Toy Freddy heard the commotion. He appeared behind the pink blubber machine, seizing her by the neck. You're through, Indo. Just come along quietly to the back, and we'll get you a nice I didn't know you could talk, she interrupted. Well, I knew you could talk, just not when you're like this. When I say not like this, I mean when you're walking around. Because if you couldn't talk during the day, you wouldn't sing, and if you couldn't sing, you wouldn't make lots and lots of little Colts and Phillies happy. And that'd be so sad, and they wouldn't be having any fun anymore, and Freddy stared. How? This little chatterbox was nuts. Stop! Just stop! He began to drag her to parts and surface. Wait! Pinkie yelled. What is it now, Indo? Freddy snarled. I didn't finish my hated smoothie. Suddenly, she was not in Freddy's hands anymore. She was back in the office, drinking happily away at a smoothie. Freddy looked at his hands, then at Pinkie, then at his hands, then at Pinkie. What she had done was impossible. Ding dong. Pinkie gasped. Would you look at the time? It's already 6. Well, I've got to go. Bye, Freddy. Bye, Bunny. She pranced happily away. But before she opened the doors, she zoomed back to Freddy and said, Don't you guys said hi? Well, I guess it would be bye. I wonder where she went tonight. Well, see you tomorrow. And with that, she pranced out the doors. Freddy stood there with his mouth open. Chica! It was funny to watch you get outsmarted by an Indo. Chica sniggered. Just go tell Baby we need his help tomorrow. Bonnie? Yeah, Freddy? Go tell Mango we will need her, and I will go talk to the puppet. And that is the end of Chapter 1. And, what? Phone ring. Hold on. I don't know if I overlaid that properly, because I pressed the stop button like an idiot. But, yeah. Alright, so that was the end of Night 1, The Craziness Begins. Chapter 1, not the prologue, because I got my numbers right this time. I feel the mic is too close to my face again. And that takes care of that. Seriously though, you should go read a story. I'm going to leave another link in the description in case you somehow missed the first video. What am I talking about? Of course you missed the first video. No one here watches because it's consistently. But, yeah, I'll go post a link in the story and you should go read it because it's great to read along as well as read ahead if you really enjoy the story. So yeah, that's it. This is Wasteland Rebel signing off, considering I don't have an outro. Alright, bye!